Lucio VOD today, so I don't think we could really go into that. But
Mhm.
but it's like, um, yeah, I'm not quite sure what my biggest problem is, like as far as like flex support or ranked. I'll self VOD review sometimes, and there's some nitpicky things like sometimes I'll catch myself like jumping too much on BAP and then dying because of it. Um, and certain things like that that I've been, correcting. Uh, but yeah, I've still been finding myself like sort of like plateauing, like going like 50-50.
Right.
Not
Mhm.
really climbing or deranking from
Mhm.
M3.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, if you don't have any Lucio awards currently, what is that character you want to focus on today?
Um, Probably say either Kiriko or BAP would be nice.
Kiriko Bob. Well, yeah, sure. We can do those. Kind of both potentially, if you like, as well. If you got any awards. Yeah, do you have any replays we can start with?
Um, I do. Uh, Actually, I think this replay from yesterday for Kiriko would be good. Uh, because it was also I think the range was like kind of like a wide range. It's like Masters 3 to GM4. So there was like a mix of players,
Mm-hmm.
but generally speaking, everybody in the lobby was really good. Uh,
Yeah,
Something like
yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so can start with that one, I think. Besides that, I think everything else in the form makes sense. Your playtime is good. You do have a lot of experience as well, so this is quite nice. And yeah, I think just let's probably see based on the word. Let's see what might what are the potential big things you can start working on first. Is that sounds good?
yeah. I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
I think I do have like replay codes from scrims where I played Lucio, but I'm just not sure. Like, would the individual coaching be similar to like how it would be in ranked?
Yeah, well, overall it will be just we'll focus on your own play. It's okay,
Mm.
but I can definitely give you some suggestions in terms of communication, for example, in terms of what you guys can do as a team as well. But yeah, it's gonna be still mostly gonna be looking at your play, just slightly more towards the planning part because it's still the part of the communication. But yeah, scrims are okay. Scrims are okay if you want to go with those, if you got some codes and want to go with the Lucio.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you wanna look at those first, or
Well, we could look at the Curie this one first.
okay, okay, let's do
I
it.
think this would be a good game to look at, and I guess if there is time left over, we can look at the Lucio ones.
Yeah, yeah, sure. That's okay. Okay. Do you have any other questions before we start as well, or
Um, none that comes to mind.
okay, that's all right. So this is the part where okay, so you swap the
Yeah,
key
I'm
right away.
Kiriko the whole way through. Yeah.
Okay. Well, to start with, what is your thought process here? Why do you start with the Kyrie on this map, on maybe with this composition? What are you looking for?
It's a bit of a mix. Because I think like Kiri well, one of the reasons I go Kiri is it's kind of a dumb reason, but I just went Kiri because we had Hog. Just in case he gets like purpled or anything. But also there's a good amount of like high ground and like angles and stuff on this map that I think Kiri could play really well around. Uh
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely this. There's a lot of, if there's a lot of verticality on the map, if you have kind of more greedy angles to enable something like maybe even Tracer, maybe you even got something like, in this case, it can be also Genji, Echo is kind of one of these dive characters as well. I think you can definitely enable those a little bit more. Probably your attention will be mostly on Surgeon or your Hog if he gets in trouble, because the
Mhm.
Mercies probably want to stay with the Echo a little bit more, kind of fly in, fly out, but of course Mercy is also kind of flexible. It's just the most attention we were saying, it's not like you have to stay with the Surge and the Hog all the time, it's just most of your attention is probably gonna be there. So let's see. This is the first part. Just what do we do with the enabling your team? The another part is what you can do towards the enemy. Let's see. So you start on the angle here. Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping to like if my hog lands as a hook, help him confirm it.
Right, right.
Um,
If you look at those kind of two compositions here, what are you guys looking for with your comp versus theirs? How do you win?
ours is like seems fairly similar. I think the other big thing that we have that they don't is a damage boost, a damage boosted echo. Um, we both have Soj and Hog.
If we kind of break it down simply on at what range you guys are winning more? Is it more shorter distance or longer distance? Just like at the end, what do you want to do towards an enemy team by looking at both compositions?
I think our comp is a little bit mid to longer range. It's very spammy with like Echo and Sojourn, and then Kiriko can also double with long range and like short range or mid range.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's put it this way. So it seems like, okay, those characters are similar. Okay, those characters are similar 100%, right? So the only difference with your comp, you got the Mercy, so there's a little bit of damage boost, and you're also playing Kiri, right? Look at their supports. At what range their supports are threatening?
Long to mid range as well.
Up to mid range. Now compare your supports to their supports to your supports. Do you think you winning at the shorter distance or longer distance versus them?
Probably shorter because our Mercy wouldn't really be able to do anything.
Yes, exactly. So this is what I think. You overall, your direction, of course, you got a lot of spam elements. That's fine. You have to say this. Your team composition is more kind of pokey style, and you got some dev elements. But you just gotta identify, looking at your composition and the enemy composition, and what's your win condition at the end. Kind of trying to simplify it. Are we gonna eventually close the gap with them? Are we maybe looking to play for the long distance fight? Yeah, stuff like that. So I think this is something what I'm gonna write down. Yeah, first thing for you to understand is always looking at the range, and that is something we discussed probably in the team session. I think you'd been there, right? I think you've been at the team session. If I'm not mistaken, did you? Yeah.
I have not actually. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. That's fine because I saw you on Discord. There was no future Discord, right? The teams I've been coaching, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the one thing is we're looking at the range. We're just identifying, are we more short range oriented or will more longer range oriented? It's just to simplify because in the game you don't have as much time. And another thing is about angles is just understanding, do you play towards more stacked play style or are you gonna play more split versus the enemy? What's your opinion here actually? How do you take angles, you think?
I think I feel like it would be short range and split.
Short range and
Um,
split, yeah, probably. To me, it feels like you can actually take more greedy angles because you have the mobility. Usually, whenever you got a little bit more mobility compared to the enemy team, like in your case, you are this one variable, more mobile variable if we compare your support line to their support line. Yeah, the only mobility they got on their support line, Larry can maybe use the shift, go somewhere real quick, and that's it. Anna is not as mobile, right? So again, just comparing both compositions and seeing what are you stronger at and what they're weaker at, and you can kind of use that. Okay, so this is your main idea. This is what you do. Yeah, if it's ever hard for you to understand this kind of bigger picture game, my opinion, really beneficial for you to look at those two factors, range, angles, and decide what do you do. So I definitely think you okay with the angle at the start. Yeah, it seems pretty short range to me. You kind of set up at this potentially trying to get a kill on somebody, get close. Let's see how is that gonna go though. But yeah, does all of it, this range, angles, does it make sense or any questions?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, perfect. This is what we're gonna be looking at mostly if we just see in the macro game, because definitely there might be a lot of micros, but it's more about the macro understanding. Okay, so their hawk kind of went really deep. Okay, and then we waited for just the Suzu opportunity, right? He didn't use the Suzu on the hawk right away, which is okay-ish. Okay, what it's about here? Just applying some early damage, getting slapped though. Okay, spin out. Okay, okay. So at this moment, when you've been actively doing something on this angle, so it's here. Yeah, what are you looking for? It's just kind of getting an early pick. Yeah, what is the pressure here? What is that
Yeah,
about? Hmm.
I guess it was just kind of like just flanking, just trying to put out some damage or get an early pick.
Hmm. Hmm.
I figured since like my hog was walking up, it was kind of like the fight was starting,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it would be good to
yeah.
kind of split some attention.
I like this. So see, we kind of follow the direction. It seems like your range is you play short distance, right? And you also
Mhm.
taking an angle, which is okay. You playing sort of split. But in my opinion, you need to follow the steps of how do you keep pressure from the angles a little bit carefully. So let's say I'm here. Yeah, let's say I want to apply pressure on this space, which makes sense, total sense to me. Okay, I think you need to confirm that this space is safe to you. This is my opinion, because if you don't confirm, then you might be getting killed instantly. Yeah, let's say maybe there's a if they play really well. Yeah, if you don't know the enemy is here, they maybe sleep you and then they follow with a big burst or something. Yeah, that might complicate things. So this is what you want to make sure is happening. Once you do this, confirm this angle is safe. So it's like in any shooter, we usually when we walking in behind the corner, yeah, when we walking in the enemy space, for example, you have to confirm that nobody can catch you behind the corner there. So it's just the question is, do you know who is there? Yeah, on the right side. Do you know who is there on the right corner? Because you probably could hear some of the sounds here. It just could be possible to scout. But yeah, the question is, do you know that information exactly?
At this moment, I did not because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
see them. I just kind of assumed they were on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. So this is what I thought as well, because it felt like a little bit of a little bit too brave, right? Is it's kind of as you don't know is if these guys are on the ground, yeah, then it makes sense. But then I think try to follow those steps to make it easy for you. So whenever you're on the angle, try to think about taking an angle, which you already did. You already did take an angle, but after that, try to control the angle. Make sure nobody is there with you. Okay, nobody is just trying to actively kill you. Maybe nobody can actively disrupt you. So you just kind of check and look around, see what's happening in the angle. And after you confirm this, yeah, after you dealt with the enemy, you probably can use the angle. That's what I think. You need to fight with enemy, taking angles a little bit more. And it's actually something what's more dangerous on the map maybe too a lot of times. Yeah, let's say these guys are taking this space, they're taking this high ground that might become really dangerous towards your team, and you might even see that actually. So kind of getting forced out, and then Anna gets an angle and she sleeps you, and then she actually able to pull she's able to use the nade there, right? And this is really what does a lot of pressure on your team, it seems like. Right, you almost die there as well. So I
Yeah.
think this is something you gotta fight for. If you're taking the angles, make sure you follow those three steps more accurately. Okay?
Mhm.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna be writing down in a summary: taking, controlling, using the position, and at this controlling phase, you just gotta look around. Gotta look around and check. And once you found an enemy, if you found an enemy, yeah. So let's just say this: if found an enemy, if found someone, then fight. Just fight with them, push them back. Okay. We can talk about that a little bit more, just what angles you can fight for, but yeah, for now it's this. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I didn't click. So this is where you just kind of probably I'm just thinking, is there anything better for you to do during this time? So it feels like we're closing the gap. Well, at least your hog is closing the gap on the enemy hog, right? He's kind of hooked him in here, so it might make sense to shoot the hog. If there's an option to do something, probably not, right? There's probably no option to go after the backline because it's gonna take you a lot of time, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that was my intention, like to find some other target to shoot, but I just kind of whiffed my like I don't know why I couldn't climb there, and
Mm-hmm.
then I just saw the hog walking on our hog.
Because I think it's okay, yeah, maybe shooting this target is fine. Just confirm if there's no better target, other target, like more oppressive angle, so to speak. If I know maybe somebody's gonna take an angle here, just in case. Make sure you check this as well. That's why I
Mhm.
follow those steps comfortably. And that's what I wanted to do, kind of look around a little bit more, check. This is okay though, if you know all the information on the field where everybody is. Obviously, maybe can save this. This guy is just he's just slightly better mechanically, right? You usually want to wait for some sort of cooldown to be used. When it's used, then you use your Suzu. I think maybe could be better. But, that's okay. That's okay. He probably dies there anyway. What's gonna happen in the next fight? Okay, so we start here. You got the Torp. I still think you kind of. It feels like, yeah, you mainly got the same idea. Trying to somehow close the gap on them. Still take an angle. Even with the turret, you can kind of see where's that gonna be placed, and just it's gonna create some sort of angle as well on the enemy. Okay. Shoot in the main there. What do you think you could have done better here? Just at this, yeah, this point.
I think I would have made it stayed up there.
That's what it feels like as well, right? It's just kind of what are the options for you to take the angles and maybe see what are the opportunities. So you split the enemy's attention a little bit more because see, whenever we kind of tend to stuck as well. See, like there's especially big resources such as Anna grenade. You don't want to get hit by that, or there's even a Rodok hook. Okay, if you stick to one place, you're making it easy for the hawk to potentially hook somebody because he's not moving his crosshair as much. Yeah, he can only be looking at this direction. He kind of sees you, but yes, he sees you and the surgeon. But if you're here, then you require this guys to look up a little bit more. You still gotta be careful, obviously, about the rails, about the burst, but I think you probably could have stayed there. There's maybe no reason to drop exactly. And again, leaning towards the angle approach. And maybe you could have survived at the end. Okay. Oh, you even got Mauga. Mauga is more brawl-oriented as well. So, of course, he got some poke, but it's just overall he likes to close the gap, kind of do some more shorter range pressures. So again, short range angles, probably, yeah, you can maintain this idea. Well, get the cast though. Right. Let's see what are your options. Can you move somewhere there? Okay. Get the ultimate as well. Mauga goes in. Staying here. How do you usually use the ultimate? What are you looking for?
Um, Usually I try to put it down a path where the enemies can't kite it or make it hard for them
Mm-hmm.
to help us kind of like win the fight.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well,
I
maybe.
think in this scenario
Yep.
is more so like I knew the fight was happening and they were about to cap the checkpoint. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
kind
so
of easy.
this you definitely gotta stop and initiate, right? And raiding the pass here, it's okay. I'm thinking, can you potentially avoid this spam damage when you trying to use your ultimate? Because we mentioned let's play shorter angles, right? Why we do that? Because we want to disable the opportunity for these guys to also do the damage towards us, right?
Mhm.
So maybe any option for you to like avoid the damage, their poke, while being able to use your ultimate, kind of set it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean I think there's a number of options. I could have just dropped down and Kitsune from under,
Hmm.
or I could have Suzu'd on the way out instead of waiting to take poke
Hmm.
before.
What do you think if you TP to an angle, like for example, if you TP to Cassidy and then do something?
Oh, um, yeah, I don't think that was be a bad idea. It's just sometimes like I have now this fear of like instead of using TP to get out, if I use it to get in, I've done that a couple of times where I would just end up dying
Hmm.
because if the person I TP to is
Hmm.
actively shooting somebody,
Hmm. Hmm.
I might end up getting shot by
Hmm.
accident.
Hmm. How do you understand? Like, let's say you TP to Cass, right? So it's gonna be probably around here, right? If you TP to
Uh huh.
Cass, are you gonna be fine, right? Are you gonna be safe enough? Well, there's none of there. If you can track the trace fire, but mm, now what's your thoughts? Can you survive this? Can you get your?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like in this scenario, I could. I didn't. I probably didn't. I don't think I knew the Ana was there, but I definitely knew the enemy hog was on the payload, and I knew where the Echo
Mhm.
was because the Echo was shooting at me.
Mhm. 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 So I think maybe if there are options for you, yeah, because we've mentioned again those 3 steps. We want to take control and use the angle, yeah. At this take an angle step, you can invest time, invest your shift if possible, but it's usually if you know the fight is not gonna happen instantly. If you kind of have time to reset, I think here might be a little bit more concerning because the enemy is a little bit close. But I think because of where your tank set up, yeah, because they set up the fight here, I think it can work. And this is one thing, yeah, we lean towards angles, and then you also might even do the pressure, like I don't know, maybe using those short range angles around the building. But I think this can also work. I'm just wanna find the options because there's no one answer, I think. But definitely we gotta choose the angle where you're not poked as much, in my opinion, because here you enter in the fight with half HP left, and this is not the best. You see that here, yeah? It's just because you're exposed to the echo and potential rails, potentially surgeon, and even the hog damage. It's just a little bit too much.
Mhm.
Because now you have to Suzu yourself and try to stay alive, right? It's not the most effective. That's why I'm trying to find the options, what you could have done. Probably dropping or leaning towards the angle. Actually, I like angle more because I want to enable this play here. I want to enable somebody with a big burst. So if I know I'm confident that taking an angle, you're pretty good at it as a Kyrie. I think you can support this a little bit more. Obviously, while keeping an eye on the other members too, but it's just, you're really good at enabling the angles, like isolated people, especially. So take advantage of that. That does make sense.
Yeah, yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
So I'm gonna say like think about TP to angle. Okay, so this is gonna be about this take step. Yeah, think about TP to angle if have time until the brawl phase happens. Okay, brawl phase is just what I mean by this is when both teams are actively exchanging cooldowns. Maybe you heard about this poke phase, bro phase. Yeah, poke is just when we kind of far from each other. When we just farming null charge, we cannot actively exchange cooldowns. This is the time when you usually can use your TP. So for example, like here-ish, yeah, this is still sort of poke phase. Nobody can actively do something, and probably there's a low chance of getting killed. Okay, so use this moments to use your TP, in my opinion, and you get it back when the brawl phase happens. So it's gonna be this when, yeah, kind of like here-ish. You see the hog is about to use the hook. Your Mauga is also about to use the E. He's actually using it, and this is when the brawl phase starts. Kind of the exchange, the cooldowns, the real fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have to use a
Mhm.
restroom really quick. It's okay if you give me like, if I get like
Oh,
2 minutes.
oh yeah, yeah. Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you. Have a day.
Okay, I'm just gonna finish the notes for now.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. We can continue. Well, definitely winnable fight still. Just could be, as we mentioned, slightly better resource management. Yeah, overall, you could getting better cooldown straight, resource straight because of how you position. So you're not getting poked before the fight happens as much. That's really important. This is fine early damage. Even though you don't hit, it's okay. Maybe at this point, by the way, if you can find bigger targets as well, maybe even the tank, I think it's okay to spam. If not, then spamming in general direction where you expect the enemy to be is also fine. It's okay, like spamming the echo, spam the surgeon. Usually at this points when both teams are far from each other, you can kind of just spam to farm all church on anybody like this guy, yeah. Once the fight happens, then you want to see for more kill potential. You see, maybe you land double headshot on something. Then it's really nice. Yeah, like here. I like this. You just how you took an angle, right? You also confirmed, right? You notice, okay, I know everybody where the enemies are. Is that a good time for you though? Go in. That's my question. What's your thoughts?
Uh, I think because I do it during the rotation, they're able to kind of focus me. Like the Ana's not worried about healing, and like their attention isn't split, so they're able to kind of turn around and try and force me out a lot faster.
hmm
So probably not optimal.
So what would be better time then?
Maybe wait. If I scouted them there, maybe wait for the Ana and Ilari to walk to the corner
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
where
yeah.
they have LOS on the hog.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, so if we go back to our previous 3 steps rule, kind of when you're trying to use an angle, and it's especially when you're trying to look for high kill potential, make sure the enemy enter the area where your team can be active. I usually like to say, well, some people use the term line, some people like to use kill zone. I prefer the kill zone. The idea is because I understand, yeah, like the kill zone is the area where most of my team can do active pressure, where they can put a lot of damage based on their range, based on their angles as well. So, well, here it seems like your kill zone is actually leaning towards this corner, yeah, because your Mauga can do pressure there, but it's also your Cassidy and your Torp. So it's even this space, yeah. Like this is I think your kill zone. This is what you want, yeah. You want to kind of identify where this kill zone is, and make the enemy commit something, yeah. Obviously when they do the rotation, that is fine, yeah. You can try to do something, but wait for their commitment, for their resources to be thrown in the kill zone. Yeah, maybe Hawk is throwing the hook, maybe Anna is about to look for the nade. Yeah, that is probably when she's gonna be stuck in animation as well. That's when I wanna look to do something, I think. Really look into that. Yeah, just look at their commitment with the resources. Now they're not committing, right? And that's when you see they're gonna just deal with you, yeah, turn around, and your team can take advantage of that. But if they hear, yeah, maybe if they drop, which they probably will not, yeah, they probably will maintain this high ground, but at least if they shoot this and you shoot them, then maybe if they're distracted, then there's a bigger chance maybe your Mauga gets a kill, or maybe your other like members, they turn around and try to deal with this. And so it's kind of just doing it slightly later here. Does it make sense here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, what
Yep.
about like if I were to see like what if I didn't like know exactly where the kill zone was, but like if I saw like the Ana like shooting at something, would that also be like a valid time to start engaging? If I see like the Ana and Alari just shooting.
Mm, well, well, it can be if you're confident that you can get a quick kill no matter what. Because if they're shooting something, yeah, maybe you recognize Anna is scoped in. Well, maybe you can look for a quick kill. I think you can engage no matter what. With Alari, it's different. She's not scoped in if she's doing this rifle, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, Anna you can. Alari, I don't think you can as much. Still good to, because you follow those steps. Okay, I took an angle. Now make sure you control. Controlling is all about just understanding, looking around, checking the info. If I'm safe to just on this angle, yeah, I got the information. So I got the information. The enemy, no enemies here. By the way, if you would look around, you would actually see this, right? The echo, that is something you probably would deal with first because you're the control phase still. You this control step. Once you dealt with her, and you also looked at where your kill zone is, then it's much easier for you to decide what to do next. This is the more deal, yeah. You want to time your pressure, yeah, if you want to really like more of this macro, yeah, understanding. I don't think it's like too much about micro. You're right. It's just understanding what is that area, yeah, the enemies should be committing to before apply pressure, and that's exactly. You need to look around, and then I check. My team is around here, so I sort of, yeah, I do it really fast. Yeah, me as an example, I've been playing a lot of tank back in the days. I just been looking around to check, and my team is around here, so I need to set up the pressure probably maybe somewhere in this area, That's how I would do it. Again, not really precise, especially when you're trying to learn the skill just at the start. You don't want to be really precise, just understand get the general understanding where the area is, and the more you do it, the faster you're gonna be, and the more precise you're gonna be also with understanding where this area is exactly, because it's taking you last time to read all this information on the field, because there's a lot, yeah. There's a Mauga, there's a Mercy, there's a Torp, Cassidy, all of these arrivals. You have to read that, and you also have to obviously look at the enemy team. But it's once you know where to put your attention, and you reading the information over and over again, it's gonna be faster. Some players, they're not even realizing what they're doing, honestly. Like sometimes if you ask a top player, sometimes if they did play quite a lot, they say, oh, I just go by the feel, right? But they also do some sort of actions to make sure they able to like execute something. You probably might notice them looking around a little bit more compared to like average player, or maybe they listen to sound keys a little bit more. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is really important. Yeah, they look at the kill feed, rest stop more. Yeah, all this helps them to make the decision. Yeah, so shooting only if you recognize the. You can go whenever if you recognize you can get a quick kill. If not, then make sure they commit something towards your kill zone, I think. It's kind of just once they, so it's committed with their position or their cooldowns, in my opinion. So you would expect them to like run here, yeah, and just almost enter in your kill zone, or start throwing the cooldowns, and then you look for the commitment as well. Yeah, it's not like I cannot shoot them. It's just you only want to commit the cooldowns when these guys have been active. Yeah, let's actually see this a bit more. Okay, so kill zone, yeah? When they start the commitment, you commit as well. Now you just at the setup phase, kind of take the position, make sure you're in control of that position. By the way, can you use this time to like set up better angle with your TP?
With my TP,
Right.
maybe whoever I'm not sure what the torb is, but it seems like the rest of my team is generally on the same area,
Yeah, but
same angle.
what's the downside? If I go here and I already get to shoot the hog, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, like safely. Yeah, I can definitely
yeah.
TP safely.
Yeah, this is what I think. Again, you use poke phase more to like set yourself up as well. If you're
Okay.
confident you can get your mobility back, why not do that? So it's just if you TP the corner, you confident where the enemies are, you kind of maybe tracking the cooldown. So well here, the only danger is the hog hook, so you gotta be TPing, duck the corner, maybe bait the hook and then go in, yeah, something like that. But still, it's better position because I'm able to shoot and heal at the same time. Yeah, you can definitely spend sometimes just TPing in, and then getting your ability back. But now it just kind of stands still, right? It's just some additional damage. You always sneak in bits of value. Maybe you done 2 shots on the hog. This is still better because you farm ult charge. Because at the highest level, this is what makes the difference. Like 1-2% of ult charge, yeah, a little bit more ult charge. Sometimes it makes more difference. This is good early poke as well. This is fine. So see, like now you're taking advantage of that. Another way, sort of going more aggressive and then TP now. That's fine. That's fine as well. But you see, you getting back when the fight happens, so you can do that. That's okay. Just also maybe find the moments to like notice when you can get in the angle as well. Now let's see with the kill zone actually. Okay. So yeah, where is the kill zone, you think, at this point?
That corner,
This corner.
about where the payload is.
What do you think about your angle? If you're looking to enable this as the corner, what do you think about you being stuck behind your team? Is there a better angle for you to take, potentially?
Yeah, either like one of the high grounds, either top right from where I was standing would have been good.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I also had that idea there, but then I just
Yeah.
panicked and then just kind of gave it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely, yeah, like have the strong idea of what I'm starting with. You have the ultimate, good ultimate to initiate, why not? Especially in ranked, it's a better mindset. You just, you usually want to set up yourself for success a little bit more because you're the only one who you can control. So this is great if you can be more proactive, find a way to do so. High grounds, this can be. What do you think about this position actually as well? Can you leverage this as well? Like let's say your team is just literally here, angle A, right? What if you stand here and ult in this direction? What's your thoughts? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it'd definitely split attention, and it'd probably give me easier opportunity to kill because they're not looking at me and they're not
Hmm.
actively trying to dodge. Like,
Hmm. Because
shooting at
it can be also the case. I think it's definitely something you can take advantage of if map allows you. Yeah, you don't have to be a lot of times necessarily stuck behind your team to create the pass. Yeah, creating the pass towards the enemy. Well, this is fine, but what if they make a commitment towards my zone, towards where my team is active, and I kind of just pincer them. Yeah. Your team start the pressure from A, and then you start pressure from B. I think might be even better. Yeah, you're splitting the enemy's attention, and you still create the pass. Yeah, your team still can walk. Yeah, it might be a good option if you're confident you're fighting for this corner. If you're not confident, yeah, if you wanna your pressure go towards this, then probably high ground is fine. I think yeah, high ground is better. Yeah, can actually. Well, no, this is not the best angle. You're gonna get poked. But yeah, high ground is also, you might be poked, but you have a little bit more cover. Still, if you're confident it's gonna be here, well, then high ground. If here, this corner, then probably choose this. I would like this a little bit more, to be honest, because you can abuse the fact, again, that you got mobility, can always get in, get out real quick. Because this what sometimes like makes it difficult. Use the ultimate in one dimension, like one direction. These guys are kiting, right? But if I pincer them, even like imagine I do sneak setup. I don't know if your team decide to like fight here. Let's say maybe in the scrims, you guys have the plan. Let's fight in the gates. Let's go for aggressive play. You can even set up here and just create the pass towards this side. I'm just saying like as an option. It's possible, definitely possible. And you could even see at the pro play people been doing that. If the situation allows.
Our Torb kind of did that earlier. He was literally in the bar and then he ulted from there.
Right. All right.
Yeah, and it worked out.
Okay. It should be okay here. Should be winning. Right. That's fine. Can do some melee poke. By the way, same thing as you did before. You can actually, if you want, you can walk in a little bit more. Again, take advantage of the poke phase if possible. You can do some melee poke damage, get out, use your TP as you did before. So it's completely fine. Yeah, even just going all the way here, it's okay. Just keep an eye on the enemy's cooldowns, what they're gonna use towards you, like Anna's Nade, maybe Sigma Rock, something like that, yeah? You don't want to get bursted or CC'd, but you can definitely walk in. Take advantage of the poke phase. So your pattern with this ability, like this shift here, take advantage of that in the poke phase more. Does mean it does matter. Are you walking in? Yeah, you're setting up on the angle, or you just kind of enabling your own pressure and then zipping out, right? It just seems something you can take advantage of a little bit more. Because these guys are feeding currently. Like this guy's feeding, and maybe if you walk in a little bit early, you make somebody feed as well. But then you TP out, they waste something like the dash in this case and deflag together. This is really nice. Okay. I like this high ground generally, and actually, like this might be even better as you mentioned. But I think yeah, the high grounds overall, the left, the right one, it's okay option for you. You can set up the short range pressure. You got the ultimate again. Let's see. What's your thoughts here?
I think that was just me not ult tracking the Nano Blade. I think usually Nano Blade, like Kitsune is not a good, unless we do it like way earlier. Kitsune is not a good ult into Nano Blade.
Yeah, this is what I think. Yeah. What should we be thinking? Is that let's enable let's let them Nano Blade and then Kitsune, or Kitsune first but early, as you mentioned?
Kitsune first, but earlier.
Yes, I definitely think so, yeah. Again, more proactive mindset. You play in ranked as well. Let's do that. I think even in scrims, to be honest. You have more proactive plan. This way you... might even force the enemies to mess up their own things. And maybe Ana panics and they don't nano the Genji, or maybe Genji messes up his own dash or something. So set up, if you tracking, yeah, if you're really also good at ult tracking, definitely mess up the win condition by applying a lot of pressure as well with your own character. Find the ways to do so. Ultimate is really big factor. You can help yourself to force the enemies to do something. So see, you kind of use it as a response. It should be otherwise. It should be, I mean, using ult
Yeah.
and then they respond. It's much better. At least maybe you get a better cooldown straight. Maybe you get a better kill. Yeah. So it's probably again, maybe you like to sneak or use it early, like at least from here once the fight is about to start. Anything we could have done here. Well, first we'll walk. Is there a possibility to use the TP? Oh, don't think so. Yeah, there's like almost nobody to TP to. Well, you. No, I don't think you can get any better position here. It's alright. Yeah, it's like okay. Is there something to do though? Well, definitely. Like how you surviving this? It's just as we mentioned, you wanna avoid the poke. There's a little bit more just about play around the cover a little bit better. So now you're just exposed to long sightlines. That is not ideal. That's why you die. You're exposed to this long sightlines. 3 people can shoot you. Well, Genji is not kind of the most dangerous, but those hit scans are definitely more dangerous to you. So if you play this, maybe first of all maybe go up a little, yeah. So because mostly these people will keep their crosshair on the head level, right? They expect everybody to walk like this left, right. They will keep the crosshair on this level, okay. But I can always go up somewhere and make sure I'm safe. Maybe supporting. Let's say I'm on this box, okay. You can support left and right, and even though you peek out, there are less chances for you to receive the headshot, just in case. That's why I always, even in this situation, take an angle first. Yeah. Once you confirmed you can control that, well, now you definitely can. Nobody is gonna disrupt you. But once you took it, control and then use. Yeah. Then do all the healing, do all the damage. But even this tiny bits of setting up, this is important. You use your verticality. Because that's what we die from. The Cassidy just keeps the crosshair in that corner. They don't have to move the crosshair as much. They either aim towards you or the Torb, and they kill you. Obviously, like, not jumping helps, all of that, but it's. I always want to see the initial decisions. Okay. Well, do you have any questions so far about anything?
Hmm. I guess that makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out like the different comps I'd play against. Like, what if they had like dive, they had like Samba
Hmm.
Tracer, Winston, or something like that.
We can go with that. If you got this matchup, we can go with that. It just also depends on the map. 100% depends on situation. Here it seems, again, they have the Sig, Genji, Cass. Well, still feels more of a like you again. We're gonna have advantage versus them. The short range, angles wise, yeah, you got more mobility compared to them, so I think you can look for more greedy angles. Even your Mercy got mobility, so she can kind of fly around between the groups a little bit more and distract. So yeah, even Mauga, actually, Mauga got some ability too. If we compare Mauga to Sig, yeah, like the other characters. So yeah, versus the dive, it just again depends on what your comp is, the map. If you got a replay, we can go with that. Any other one, if you want, we can keep watching this. But yeah, you also wanted to look at the other character, I believe, like Bap or Lucio. So we can do that. It's up to you.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. We can look over. Maybe. Huh.
Yeah, I think it's since it's our first session, it's okay like to do more analysis, kind of give you some goals, more goals. Sometimes with players we also do this live session where they look to apply the things as well. But since it's the first session, I think it's okay if you just like,
Mm.
yeah, if I give you a little bit more info.
Oh, actually, I have a question. That like kill zone thing concept that we are talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah, this
Um,
idea, yeah.
how like because we kind of like set up like we have the ability to set up on defense and kind of like wait for them to sort of get into that brawl phase. Does the same concept apply for like attacking? Like if we're kind of like walking into them.
Yeah, there's the same idea always. It's just when we attacking, your kill zone is kind of moving forward. It's just because your team is moving, you're moving as well. You of course
Mhm.
still gotta set up, and you can shoot. Yeah, you can shoot before something is happening in the kill zone. It's fine, but just make sure the active cooldown exchange, like in your case, yeah, really good example was on the second point. Yeah, you started your cooldown exchange with the Suzu and your TP when there's no commitment in the kill zone. You want to avoid that. You need cooldown exchange mostly when something is happening. Yeah, when the enemy start walking, they start committing, or your team commits. This can actually, yeah, this is something you can look into as well. Yeah, there are two things: the enemy commitment or the enemy, your team's commitment. And it feels like okay to like explain this on defense. It's mostly for the most part the enemy is gonna commit in the kill zone. When you're attacking, you will see your team is committing their resources a little bit more because they move forward, right? They kind of have to use something first to like push the enemies out. That's why defense is usually easier, right? Because we got the good positions, we got the time to set up, right? But yeah, this is how I would describe it. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Um,
any other replay you want us to look at?
yeah. Let me see if I can. Uh, so I can find one of the Lucio replays from the scrim.
Yeah, let's see.
I actually do have a ranked game where I played a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
Lucio, but I ended up swapping off like about halfway through because we were getting kind of rolled.
As
Um,
you wish. I think. Well, ideally, if you have the game where you felt like you played well, but it was close, I think is usually the best one.
okay. Um, let me see. Just need to check these really quick to
yeah.
double check
That's
that I'm
that's alright.
playing Lucio here.
Yeah, that's alright. I'm also gonna write down. So far for the concepts, you would do well. Yeah, definitely okay with taking angles. Definitely feels like you're comfortable. Just, of course, you can polish that as well, but I don't think it's the weakest part. Mechanics are fine. Ability usage, like especially Suzu, I think Suzu is good. Just need to take advantage of your shift a little bit more. Ability to get in, get out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can use that in this before the brawl phase.
Okay. I think our last scrim we got kind of rolled as well. We played against a really good team, but I think this is probably decent Lucio um, map to look at.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh. Okay. So this is, and this is Scream, or
Yeah. This one's a scrim.
this one is Scream. Okay. Oh, so you played this Chanka Queen, Tracer, Cassidy comp. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts here?
Um.
What are you looking to do as a Lucio?
Yeah. That's why I get a bit confused because I feel like there's a bunch of things I can do. Like I
Mm-hmm.
could like help my tracer control an angle. I could help
Right.
my cast also control an angle. I could use the speed for my queen. Um, peel for my Kiriko. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's where I get confused. It's like I know what the options are, but I just don't know which one is optimal at
Right.
what time.
Right. 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 Let's put it this way. You first, yeah. What Lucio is really great at, obviously, one of the biggest things for you is your speed boost. Yeah, your what do you want to do with this? It's kind of usually speed boost allows your members to get in, get out, especially stationary characters. Okay, so you got some stationary characters for the speed boost. It's Chunka Queen, it's Cassidy, and yeah, that's it. Like other characters, they have more mobility. hmm So this is one
Mhm.
thing you can do. Now, because you got mobility by yourself, you can kind of get in, get out real quick because you're pretty fast character. You can move between the groups. So speed boost, you kind of, yeah, speed boost you enable stationary. Let's say like stationary. So this is actually, let's keep it this way. You enable more members who play more stacked playstyle because they cannot take angles. Okay, like I'm just gonna explain this from this perspective. Yeah, you need to enable angles. Remember, we mentioned you either lean towards stacked playstyle or split playstyle. Yeah, speed boost you should enable stacked members like who are stationary, like stationary. Okay, that's why they play stacked for the most part. Like I give you an example. Ryan, May, Reaper, Moira, yeah, this compo role, they like to play stack because this they don't have as much mobility. If you compare them to something like dive composition, especially, that's why it's like more beneficial for them to play stacked. So you can enable those members with speed boost. There's another
Mhm.
thing you can enable your angles. So like anybody playing split. Mm-hmm. And it's just mainly, I think, through the pressures, through applying damage, and obviously Boop helps as well. But Boop can be helpful anywhere. It just, I definitely think you can be thinking about the situation. Yeah, like who do I enable? Yeah, to really simplify, people playing split or people playing stacked. Yeah, and this depends on who's gonna be really active. So that's it. Just understand who's active on the map, who can do a lot. My frontline, like probably my stacked members, stationary members, or my split members. So by the way, who is gonna be split on your team? Probably.
Probably Tracer and Cass.
Okay. So yeah, who do you think your attention will be more? Tracer or Cass, generally speaking?
Probably Cass because Tracer has more mobility.
Again, who is playing more split?
Oh, Tracer.
Tracer. Okay, so see, like Cassidy, he's gonna be linear because he got less mobility. He can take an angle. He can do that. He can support that, but mainly he's gonna be taking more stacked approach. Again, he's stationary. He's more station members, and that's why at a lot of high level Lucio play, you notice Lucio is trying to take an angle with the tracer as well. They try to kind of do something towards the space and clear that from the enemy tracer, maybe from the other enemies as well. So this is your thoughts, yeah? Just I'm gonna be writing down enable split play or enable stacked play, yeah? And who I enable depends on who is more active in the moment, okay? So now when you're going into the fight, who do you enable? Stacked members or split members at the start? What's your thoughts?
At the start,
Yeah,
probably the stacked.
mm-hmm. So it feels like, yeah, there's nobody else. You probably cannot, well, it's just map as well at this point. You probably don't have an instant option to. Actually, I would. Maybe you do have an option, yeah? Maybe it's slight option. If you guys playing Scrim here, you establishing some map control, maybe pointing some attention towards here just in case, yeah? If somebody is taking an angle on the enemy team, can also shoot them. But this is okay, yeah? I just want to find the option here. Who gets are really aggressive? Like Tracer is just, they seems like pretty far, yeah? So you cannot enable that as much. So probably stay here. And then, once the fight is about to happen, so like now, yeah, you Junkaku in walks, you can start thinking about using your speed boost. Kind of stand there though. What have you been waiting for exactly? Kind of wait for the enemy to commit, or yeah, what was the plan here?
I don't think I had a plan here, to be honest. I wasn't sure. The hesitation.
Hmm. Because it feels like if you enable stacked, yeah, then you need your speed boost, right? It's just you kind of you hear, right? But then you kind of between two things. So because eventually you go and help your cast, so you help your split members. But what if you enable this first? Because there's an option and then help your cast. I think this is better. You definitely gotta make the choice. Yeah. What do you think about more at the start? Yeah. Maybe you still got an option. Yeah. If you know your Junkaku is gonna wait, you actually got an option to lean towards the split guys first. Yeah. Because these guys, they don't need speed boost yet. Yeah. If they're standing still, kind of poking and you setting up angle control, sure. Right. But then probably stay with those members, in my opinion. Yeah. I enable angles. And then after this is established, maybe going with a speed boost, Junkaku in walks, and then they're also going to be affected with a speed boost, so enable stacked members after. But you gotta lean towards some sort of direction, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because now we're just being kind of between two directions, and using healing, right? Also, a lot of times, like, it might be a good indicator. Well, if you have to use your healing, especially in this case, you play versus more pokey style comp, in my opinion, like Rail. Rail is quite oppressive. Cass is more short range oriented compared to like this comp as well, and you also got the Tracer, so you need to take advantage of the speed boost more. My opinion, like get closer. Yeah, might be harder to win the longer war because of all this rails and such. I'll get pulled in. It's okay. It's okay. Using speed boost so your team gets out. So see, you enable those stacked members here. You kind of help them get in or get out, right? There's no other thing you can do. You cannot enable anybody on the angle. Okay, once you help these guys, let's see. Just generally shooting, right? Okay, you help your cast, taxi, that's fine. Now you help in split members, right? Taxi, split members. Taxi, split members, because these guys, they don't need the speed boost, right? Just just need to do something there first. Okay. What are we looking for now? Just shooting. And yeah, just see, it's kind of holding on our speed boost. I'm just not sure why. Yeah, like, what's your thoughts now? Yeah, if we thinking about the kill zone, yeah, our previous idea, is your team, are they actively committing to do something in the kill zone? Yeah, like, where is that, first of all? Where is your kill zone currently? Watch this.
I'll be in between the choke and the point.
Yeah, so it's sort of leaning,
Standing.
yeah, starting here, and then it's probably gonna be leaning towards the point, right? This is what you want, yeah. Especially when you're attacking, it might seem difficult, but once this commitment with resources, they start walking, they start doing something towards the space. I think you need to see if you can be more active, right? You need to kind of enable your team a little bit more. Try to see, maybe I can speed boost, maybe I can help the space out as well. But I definitely think speed boost is okay. Yeah, you enable the stacked members, they more active. Let's go in. Yeah, let's do something. That does make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just also like more proactivity. It's more, yeah, it's something you gotta set up, prioritize. There's no reason to wait, especially when they, yeah, when they got more of a poke advantage. Kind of use you use your use your amp as a response to like their pressure, which can be okay, but this current moment I don't think it's the best. Okay. Do you have any questions maybe or
Um, not a question, but I think the big confusion, like where I get confused a lot with how to
Mhm.
play Lucio, is when there's no, I don't know, like this comp doesn't like it doesn't feel like too much of one thing or the other. It's like it's not like it's not a full brawl comp. It's not a full
Yeah.
dive comp. Or it's not a
Yeah.
full. It's
What
like a
is the main
mix.
direction? What is the main direction of this comp? Is it more Broly or Davy?
I think it's more brawly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Like because you're gonna
Yeah.
have the situations where you got hybrid composition. That's understandable, right? But because there are more brawl elements, all the sustain kind of close the gap, this sort of stuff. You don't have as much like the only characters who got a lot of mobility. It's kind of the Tracer, some of the abilities on Kiri and maybe you, but you cannot be instantly somewhere. Like you kind of between, you know, you a little bit over. Mostly you have brawl direction with Lucio, but you also have some dive elements within every character. You can find, especially new characters, some sort of versatility. Like let's say as a Ramatra, you can be poking and doing damage at the short range, but the Ramatra is still more about the brawling just because of the nature of the hero when, where he applies the pressure. Yeah, he applies the pressure when he uses Nemesis mostly. That is the biggest damage output. That's how you think. You just identify the main direction, and that's probably what you're gonna play for the most, okay? So because it's a brawl dive hybrid, brawl attention on the brawling is your first attention, so speed boost in and out, that is your first priority, and second priority is keeping an eye on the angles. But you know, the order can depend. Yeah, like the order, sometimes if I know my front line, like a Jungkook, when they're not doing much, I can just enable the Tracer. Like now, for example, they're not doing anything, right? They just kind of walking. If I know, okay, they don't need my speed boost, then I want to search for what my Tracer is doing and kind of see if I can enable her own pressure. Where she is actually, she's okay, she's just rotating. But you see what I'm saying? Yeah, like try to find these options. Yeah, like now, if these guys don't need speed boost, can I enable somebody a split? Yeah, enable angles.
Yeah.
Enabled angles, fine. Yeah, I can deal with the with my core, with my brawl core. Help them out. Like now it's fine. Yeah, you just there's nothing else to do, so you can just stay with them for a little. Probably like 60 or 70% is gonna be on your core because of the just you have more brawl direction, and 30 or 40% is gonna be more on split. Especially makes sense. Yeah, you got the ultimate, like gas ultimate, speed boost is good. You're looking to enable this. If they be inactive, right, you can just kind of speed boost them in, out, so they get better sight line. Really nice. Don't know if it's necessary, but that's okay-ish, right? They use the Junker Queen, so it's understandable. Maybe, yeah. I just think try to play, like if you guys play as a team, right? Usually try to win with the cheaper resource management. So if you're good at tracking, the ultimates, potentially, you know, okay, there's a Junker Queen ultimate, and we're doing something. Well, let's put it this way, yeah, we know all of these ultimates, yeah, and our plan is, let's start with the Cassidy and force something, yeah, you might force Junker Queen, and maybe might force them to beat as well, aggressively or something, yeah, right after this is over. So this is something you have to read, you have to keep in mind, but then try to disable their pressure with the cheaper resource, like your Suzu, for example, yeah? If they go in,
Yeah.
okay, I can Suzu, and maybe I don't need the beat anymore. I think maybe Suzu here is enough, but it requires your better position as well, like maybe staying on the wall, and the pillar. So it's just like Suzu, and you don't need the beat. Actually, this Suzu's all of you anyway. Maybe you don't need the beat, you just would be using the beat once you hear the Surgeon ultimate or something. But yeah, even there, if you notice you get a couple of picks, you probably don't need it. Yeah, well, unless they use something else as well. But it's okay. So see now, you got this free time. Nobody needs the speed boost. So can you stay with the Tracer a little bit more? Can you help her out, for example? Well, she's hiding, but yeah, what do you think? Can you hide here as well, potentially? Again, depends on your plan, but like, what you've been looking for. Yeah, if it's just do cheap damage and then get out, I don't know. Like, what's your opinion on this? What do you want to do? What happened to your cast as well? It's just
I have
walks
no
over the point.
idea.
He's like, oh, he wanted to swap. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think they swapped Sojourn.
All right. Okay. But yeah, what's your opinion? Where it should be at this point?
Um, yeah, because my queen doesn't need my speed boost right now, but I also feel like my tracer is just gonna like be able to get out really quickly from that spot. Uh,
Fine, but yeah. What do you enable now? Split or stacked, guys? Yeah, like split or stationary members.
split.
Yeah, split. So find split. If your trace is hiding, maybe not the most reasonable thing to like, just bait the enemy to like this hiding spot. Yeah, maybe you want to be this, let this tracer be sneaky, but maybe seeing what my Kiriko is doing, for example. Yeah, this go here,
Mm.
shoot this. Yeah, as this is fine. I don't need you to be here. There's no reason, and you want to. You can also farm some a little bit of early pressure as well. Just split members, fight for the ankle control. You know, ankle control first, and then probably gonna be speed boosting somebody. But now we just kind of stand there. There's no reason. Yeah, your Tracer is looking for the hiding place, so that's fine. You probably would start with the Kyrie and then go back. Yeah, you can quickly go back and look for enabling your team with a speed boost there. But you use your speed boost here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I amped, but we did call the rotate to take the fight.
Right. Do you remember what was your plan here as a team?
I know we just didn't want to take the fight in the stairwell.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm thinking like, don't we? Are we gonna be needing the speed boost later when we're gonna be contesting this point? Yeah, when we're gonna be fighting these guys there, right? So because now
Yeah.
you don't have it, and it's just obviously all what you do depends on the plan. Yeah, maybe you rotate and then you wait for the speed boost then go in, but I'm not sure. Yeah, just what? Let me see. Yeah, because I think you definitely get a fine setup. You sort of, if you have the speed boost, you can engage right away. So maybe there's no reason to burn it, right? Calling the rotation is fine, right? But let's put it this way: if I know I need a speed boost, then keep it. Yeah, you when the brawl phase happens, I've wanted to like help my team out, and so they have easier time engaging, right? It's just kind of
Mhm.
closing the gap. Well, you got the Junker Queen ultimate, maybe helping you out around that, so you get better follow up. Yeah, Junker Queen ult speed boost, and then get a kill on something. Because now kind of wait a little bit long, and eventually your Tracer actually... Yeah, there's a high chance it might get forced out. That's what... oh, they used the recall. Yeah, that's why it was... Yeah, exactly. So see, like... Oh, wait, what happened there? Yeah, so see, like, this point when they're fighting, you should be already... Maybe you could be using the speed boost already. Yeah, so ideally, Tracer goes in. You guys go in as well, and speed boost. Yeah, help them out. More proactive planning. But now you wait. Again, you play to the advantage for the long fight. You burn cooldowns, and there's a lower chance you win this. Unless you land a big ultimate. Yeah, you're losing cooldown trade if you do this. If you use the ultimate, that's fine though. You can maybe win it. Okay, but they spawn with their own, so it's 1-for-1. And then they use the blade. Right? Kind of slowly been losing this war with the cooldowns, in my opinion. You don't have to. You could be setting up your pressure. Just don't burn the speed boost. This is the risk if you if you're fighting versus these guys. Is again, because of the Genji, they got just slightly more poke potential, slightly, but still, yeah, be careful. Yeah, be careful around the, especially because of the rail, picking the open space. If I rotate, if I'm doing this, I guess you need some sort of you need to make sure you, maybe your tank is distracting or something, or like yeah, just a bit unfortunate. They were kind of stuck out in the open. Not sure. Like your tank walks, and the rest of these guys they've been a little bit back, and we kind of between two fires. Yeah, maybe it's would be fun play to like call out something stuck on something. Yeah, stuck on Junker Queen or stuck on the Lucio, and then rotate through. So there are less chances for you guys to get hit. Yeah, so you're kind of using your speed boost to help your team out, to like avoid the bullets, and you're also helping out by yourself. So see, because you're now walking, and then you use this healing, and then you die. Yeah? Like now I think it's like, yeah, it's really complicated. Yeah, this rotation, if you use the speed boost, I think it makes more sense, right? Because well, first, I'm not sure what the plan is, but maybe if you're winning, well, if you're trying to win, just kind of run the enemy over. Setting up your team, because you're crossing the danger space, the open space with a speed boost where the enemy team can shoot you. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, because you see the difference. Here it's open, and when we walked from here to here, it's been different. It's been not as much open. We been not exposed to too much damage there. Okay. Well, maybe you got any specific questions about this replay? Well, I know we kind of 4 minutes into this one, but yeah. Anything?
Um, yeah, no questions. I think that makes sense between
Mhm.
like picking between stationary and split targets.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we can just summarize all of this. So we got some minutes left. Just gonna finish the write down, and yeah, let's do summary. Yeah, you tell me what we got out of today with you. What you learned?
Well, the big thing for Kiriko is one of the big things was to be able to stay on an angle longer. I should also just be checking
Hmm.
um for certain things, like obviously like check if like if I'm trying to shoot something, check if there's like an Ana there or another DPS or something. Like just have an idea of who else exists in that area or potential threats. Um, and also a little bit we went a little bit over like the timing of it, like the whole concept, like the kill zone, like
Right.
whether you know flanking might be too early. Um, I can just kind of like check. I have a general idea of where the kill zone is, and
Hmm.
also kind of tell or determine like if the whoever I'm trying to engage on is fighting already or they're rotating or whatever they're doing.
Hmm. Right.
Um And also just setting up. Like I know that Route 66 game,
Mm-hmm.
I at least on like third point, I ended up stacking on my team a lot when I could have been. There were more optimal places to set up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think the fourth one was like I can TP. Like I don't always have to use my TP strictly for getting out. I can TP to help set myself up on an angle as well.
Yeah.
During poke
Yeah.
phase when it's like safer, like the fight's not really like happening.
Exactly, exactly. It can be either used to just for you to get in on the angle. You can kind of stay there, and or you can just go in aggressively and then TP out towards your team. I think that's what you can do a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right. And it's just gonna be our three steps mainly. Don't forget it's you take the position, so at this take position phase, thinking about your TP a little bit more. Control the position. You definitely need to look around and check if found someone fight. Uh, there have been some times where we kind of didn't do that. You also can use that point, yeah, like scout for kill zone. Yeah, when you control in the position, confirming if everything's fine. Scout for the kill zone. And once you know that, then you can use this angle, go somewhere. But when enemy commits something, so it's when enemy commit resources in the kill zone or your team commits in the kill zone, then you can be active. Yeah? It's just there's usually a tendency. If you're on defense, enemy commits. If you're
Mhm.
attacking, then you gotta commit first, usually. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What about the Lucio?
I think the big thing for Lucio was determining when to stack on stationary targets and when to stack
Mm,
on flankers. Um, Depending on what we have more of. Like when we had the cast, we technically leaned more towards like a brawly comp, so I would want to prioritize stacking on the less mobile heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like during the fight. But if we were like setting up or kind of in like a I guess like a poke phase where we're not really
Mm.
engaged, then I could set up with like flanker,
Right.
whether that is
Right.
tracer or whether my cast or sojourn wants to take an angle.
Right, right, and see at that moment you're trying to enable the split guys, and just do generally speaking do damage with them. Yeah, it's always good example. Might see on Junker Queen comp played on maybe night market, something like night market. You take this right side angle with the big HP pack, for example, and usually you can start fighting there with your tracer, yeah, with your angle, because nobody needs the speed boost first. So you start there, but then later you can see if there are any options for the speed boost. Of course, most of the time you will be enabling the brawl core, but it's kind of usually, yeah, the first. Yeah, I think your first attention is gonna be on split people. Yeah, it's just gonna be less like 30% in your comp or 40% of attention. It's gonna be on split members because you need to take better map control. Usually, yeah, I want to fight for angles first, and then later I move towards my this 70%, 60% playing with this other group. So it's just enabling the Junker Queen, enabling the Cassidy, right? But it's see like
Mhm.
my first attention here, second attention here, but you keep longer attention in that second group, in my opinion. Well, obviously, it depends on the comp, and also might depend heavily depends on the plan, but it's just kind of general direction, right? Percentages can change depending on who has an ultimate, who is not. Yeah, for example, if I know that I got the Cassidy on the angle, then I want to enable him more. Yeah, usually that is something you want to keep an eye more. Just whoever is doing active pressure, that's what you want to enable. Ultimate is a big indicator. Who is using cooldowns, who is able to use them is a big indicator as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. Okay. For stacked, we use the speed boost to enable the split with do damage. Okay, just mentioned that as well. Is there anything else? No, I think for the most part that was it. Well, maybe any specific questions, maybe regarding this summary or like anything else, any kind of final questions.
Um, Well, I guess I don't know. This question would have a clear answer, but like the concepts that we covered with like Kiriko, those things would some of those things also transfer over to like other
Yeah,
heroes like Bap and
of course, yeah,
like Hana?
yeah, especially take control, use the angle, the skill zone. This is universal. That's why I like always kind of give some general advice. Though you can always find a lot of micro advice everywhere. Like there's a lot
Uh
of
huh.
stuff, and I guess this is like harder. Just give you guess any general advice you can apply anywhere. You can do that. Just keep an eye on the nature of the hero. Kiriko is more mobile, so you can take more greedy angles. So to speak, be more flanky-ish if you compare it to something like Anna, for example. Yeah, Anna can still flank, but it's just you do a little bit less of it because you've got less mobility. Bap is more about verticality, just jump up, jump down, and
Yeah.
Ezekiri also got some verticality. So see, like Bap, you got some ability, but not as much as the Kiri. Ezekiri, I can always TP in behind the wall, and that's yeah, again greedy angles.
Mhm.
That's why like she's really good at just enabling the tracers, for example, as well potentially. Okay, yeah. So definitely, it helps. And this ideas about the team compositions, keep that in mind. Yeah, understand team comp. You understand the range. Do we play short range or long range? Yeah, simplify it to yourself and understand. Do you with angles? Do we play split or stacked? This really helps you to understand the main direction. What do you want to do with your character?
Yeah.
Really yeah, just it's like once I know maybe we'll play short range stacked. Okay, perfect. I will be sitting there kind of default play. If something happens, I always go there. Yeah, if it's angles, you default to angles. Again, depending on situation, long, short. Okay, that's what I would do.